What then makes the everlasting charm of this book? Why is it so interesting to read and reread? Certainly not for its style, although curiously enough, Russian school teachers used to see in it the perfection of Russian prose. This is a ridiculous opinion voiced according to a memoirist by Chekhov, and can only be held if and when a moral quality or a social virtue is confused with literary art, or when an aesthetic critic regards the rich and ornate with such suspicion that, in contrast, the awkward and frequently commonplace style of Lermontov seems delightfully chaste and simple. But genuine art is neither chaste nor simple, and it is sufficient to glance at the prodigiously elaborate and magically artistic style of Tolstoy, who by some is considered to be a literary descendant of Lermontov, to realize the depressing flaws of Lermontov's prose. But if we regard him as a storyteller, and if we remember that Russian prose was still in her teens and the man still in his middle 20s when he wrote, then we do marvel indeed at the superb energy of the tale and at the remarkable rhythm into which the paragraphs rather than the sentences fall. It is the agglomeration of otherwise insignificant words that come to life. When we start to break the sentence or the verse line into its quantitative elements, the banalities we perceive are often shocking, the shortcomings not seldom comic. But in the long run, it is the compound effect that counts, and this final effect can be traced down in Lermontov to the beautiful timing of all the parts and particles of the novel. Its author was careful to dissociate himself from his hero, but for the emotional type of reader, much of the novel's poignancy and fascination resides in the fact that Lermontov's own tragic fate is somehow superimposed upon that of Pechorin. Just as the Dagestan dream acquires an additional strain of pathos when the reader realizes that the poet's dream came true.